Aaron here from MyoLab. Today we're going to be talking about the split squat. The split squat is a great leg exercise focusing primarily on the quads and on the glutes. It is also a really good accessory exercise to your regular squatting. It's a little bit lower function, so if you have a hard time getting to the bottom of a squat, we can still work those same joint angles and muscles, but just in a different way. So we're going to be doing two versions today. We're going to be doing we're going to be doing 4 versions today. We're going to be doing a regular split squat, and we're going to be doing a Bulgarian split squat, and we're going to be showing them with a quad bias and with a glute bias. So, regular split squat, we're going to stand about shoulder width apart, 3 to 4 feet in between your front heel and your back toe. I like to steady my hands up here, though you can have them on your hips as well. And we are going to be dropping your back knee to the ground, pushing up through the front leg, making sure to keep this heel in the ground and flexing this quad at the top. Now, if you're asking yourself, why is this a split squat, not a lunge? In a split squat, the back foot is always staying stationary. If I were to be standing up each time, that would then become a lunge. As for the biases, when you're more upright, it's going to be more focused on the quad in this leg. If you want to focus on more glute, you want to pitch over more and get a deeper stretch in that glute to really work the muscle fibers more, because you're taking it through a deeper range of motion. Now, a Bulgarian split squat, you're going to need a bench for, so it's also known as a rear foot elevated split squat. So whatever you prefer. Same thing, we're going to be about 3 or 4 feet away from the bench. You can use something to help steady you, and if you are doing this for the first time, I would recommend holding onto a dowel or bracing yourself against the wall. But same thing, we're dropping the back knee to the ground, making sure this gets to at least parallel, and then pressing up through the front leg. Similar to the regular split squat, if you want to bias the glutes more instead of the quads, we're going to get more of a forward lean to get a deeper stretch before pressing up. All right, so we're going to demonstrate on Dan here. Let's start by standing up for a regular split squat. Good, so Dan is simply going to drop his back knee down, pressing up through the front leg, trying to feel that flex at the top, so maybe extend your knee a little bit more. Good. Now let's show that glute biased split squat variation. So Dan is pitching over more. He's also going to try and extend a bit more forward to get an even deeper stretch on the glute at the very bottom. Great. Now let's move into a Bulgarian. All right, so hop out towards me a little bit more. You want to be about 3 to 4 feet away. And then we don't want just the shoelaces at the end of the bench. The Bulgarian is a really kill 2 birds with 1 stone exercise. You'll notice a very deep stretch on the back quad and hip flexor as well. In fact, a lot of clients will say that's where they're primarily feeling it. So if that is where you're feeling it, it's fine. It probably just shows that that musculature is really tight and you should be stretching it more like a couch stretch. All right, let's do it. Getting intimately close to you here. So this will be a bit more of a glute bias one because there's more of a forward lean. If you're trying to hammer the quad on that front leg, just lean back a bit and really think about dropping that back knee straight down. All right, so to outline some common errors here, we're gonna get Dan to go down, and I want you to not root your foot in the floor. So yeah, see that wobbling of the foot? That's not great because that's where the majority of force transfer is happening. So we want you to really root in, hold onto the floor with your foot so we have a more stable base of support, which usually fixes the second error too, which is the knee caving in or caving out. Caving in is probably more common. So yeah, you want to try and get that external rotation of the hip so the knee is coming out in between the second and third toe. Another big mistake, and you usually see this with female clients more often because of the Q angle of their hips, is they'll knock in the knee too far or have it come too far out, which is just creating all sorts of havoc on the working hip. And then the other thing would be having an unsupported spine. So you're either arching too much or you're hunching too far forward. Exactly. One more point here, your back foot, ideally you're gonna have the shoelaces down because it's gonna be allowing you to get deeper with this back leg for a better stretch and just better range of motion through the front leg. Though if you absolutely have to, you can pull your toes up if that is more comfortable. Your back foot might cramp if you're doing that. So just be careful. Now, if you're looking for more of a glute bias and you still can't feel it through pitching forward, you want to jump that front foot out more, which is going to extend the hip more and come down, getting a nice deep stretch. And the deeper stretch you get, the more of that muscle is going to be worked. Great. For exercise dosage, your practitioner may specify the correct number of reps and sets. Generally though, phase 1 of rehab where you're in pain, we just want to go until the muscle starts burning. That shows that the muscle is working and you're strengthening the things that we want to strengthen. In phase 2, when you're looking to build more strength, you want to go until you hit technical failure where there's no more reps left in the tank, or up to 20-25 reps, in which case you can make it more difficult and do a more difficult variation. Now, if you still have any questions about the Bulgarian Split Squat or anything else, feel free to leave a comment below, send us a message on Instagram, or an email at info@milelab.ca.